All right, let's then go back to Cape Town, where we are expecting media briefing on plans for tomorrow, as of course it is SONA 2022, the State of the Nation address, and of course things being very different this time around, as of course we all witnessed and saw Parliament being burnt down. Let's take you right to that briefing now.
This is the final inspection that they have conducted, and I'm just going to give the chairperson to tell you his impression of the state of readiness here at the Cape Town City Hall. The chairperson of the NCOP, that Masondo, is also accompanied by the House chairperson in the National Assembly, responsible for members' facilities, members' interest, yes, Mayor Matala Uroto, and then Ndade Ndombela, who is the chairperson for international relations, and also we've got the two secretaries of the National Assembly and National Council of Provinces, Ndade Kaso and Ndade Pindela. So over to you, chairperson.
Afternoon. My name is Amos, and my surname is Masondo, Masondo. I'm joined by two fellow members of Parliament. On my right is MP Buroto, who is House Chair for Internal Affairs. And on my left is the House Chair responsible for international relations, Matala Ndombela. Allow me to start by saying that the hall, as you can see, represents what one may refer to as resilience, that in spite of the fire, the work of Parliament continues. We received a very detailed briefing. We are content and we are happy with the work done so far. So one can say it's all systems go. SONA, as we know, is an address by the President of the Republic to a joint sitting of the two houses of Parliament, the National Council of Provinces as well as the National Assembly. And the President will be able tomorrow to address a whole range of issues, political, economic, and social. And he'll account, as he does every year, on the work of government and outline the program of action for the coming year. The State of the Nation address is held at the instance of the President, who addressed a letter to Parliament, and we are at a point now where, as I've said, it's all systems go. We also just want to remind you that the theme for the 6th Parliament is following up on our commitments, making your future work better. Of course, we know that there are many challenges that face the country, and these range from issues such as the sluggish growth in the economy, issues of inequality, unemployment, poverty, the COVID-19 pandemic, and so on. But in keeping with Parliament being an African institution, there'll also be Mbongi, and as we've been told, the language for SONA this year is SONA, and our poet is going to be Mr. Musimane Hape Jeremiah Jason, and as we all know, also Mbongi uses his or her poetic license to comment on various issues, therefore educate, inform, and entertain. Issues of the budget have been raised, and the overall message is that the budget has been declining over time. So there have been savings, and perhaps just to emphasize that over the years, there's also been an effort at limiting the pomp and ceremony. In terms of participants, just to say that there was an issue raised, I'm sure many of you in the media know about this, query about representation and the number of political party members that will be present at the hall. I'm happy to report to you that the issue has now since been resolved, so it's no problem, no more going forward. So the matter has been resolved. In relation to possible disruption in the House, we are saying that the presiding officers will apply the rules, and therefore we do not really at this stage see any possibility of disruption. But should this be arise, the way things work is such that those difficulties will be addressed. So I want to conclude by saying that it's all systems go, and we're very confident that the State of the Nation address will be a success. After tomorrow's address, there'll be a debate on Monday the 15th and the 16th of February 2022. And the President will then give his own responses to the issues that shall have been raised during the debate on a Wednesday. I think Wednesday, the 18th of February. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. And I think because you have touched also on the issue of the resolution, a matter that has been laid to bed regarding the sitting arrangement. I just want to give to Mr. Glasso just to further stress on that, and so that it's not a matter that any of you lives here without a full appreciation and understanding of.
Mr. Glasso, can you hold my mic, please?
Yes, the matter of sitting has been resolved. Just to state that the space for 364 members in the City Hall chamber for the sitting tomorrow, that is both the National Assembly and the National Council of Provinces. And of course there was some confusion about a certain allocation for one of the parties, but that has since been resolved. And the party whips have been here of the different parties, and there seems to be a common understanding in terms of what is expected for tomorrow in terms of how members will be seated in the chamber. And I think at this point that is a detail that we would give unless you want us to clarify further. Thanks.
No, thank you very much. We just thought that we need to further elaborate on it because it's the recent developments that really came this afternoon. Thank you very much. Are there any questions? Okay. I think because we are not in a formal press briefing setup, we'll just take question one by one so that we don't forget questions. So you can shoot first.
Sir, Monique Mortlock from ENCA. I just wanted clarity on when the MPs, should any MPs have any point of order, how will that be managed tomorrow night? Will it be a case of raising their hands and going up to the stage to speak, or will they be speaking from their seats, or will there be microphones placed?
The way sittings are run in general is characterized by freedom of speech. The presiding officers will run and the sitting and ensure that members are not denied the right to express their views. But of course, like in any setting, any similar setting, it's very, very important that the presiding officers play their role. And part of it is to ensure that procedure is followed and stuck to, so that indeed no rights of other members of parliament are undermined by others. So we seek to, the presiding officers will seek to ensure that proceedings are run smoothly and to the benefit of Parliament and the citizens of South Africa.
I think.
Yes.
Maybe on the issue of the microphones, they won't have to go to the stage. There will be roving mics within the house. Once he raises his hand, the roving mic, there will be people that will be doing the work to go to the member that wishes to raise something. Yeah.
Thank you. That applies to the debate as well. I can't hear.
Applies to the debate as well.
Debate, yes.
The debate, of course, when it comes to the debate, the members of parliament will have to leave their seat and go to the stage, to the podium, to address the public. So what the chairperson and the house chairperson were explaining is the issue of orderly points of orders, where you are given an opportunity to raise a point of order. Because remember, tomorrow it's one item on the agenda or on the order paper, and that is a State of the Nation address. It's not a day for debate or anything, but if there is an orderly order, there are roving mics that will be taken to a member who wishes to raise a point of order. Okay. Any other?
Acting Commander from Newsroom Africa. I might have missed the issue of the budget for this year. And just going back to the previous SONAs under COVID-19, the figure was reduced, and as you alluded to that, the numbers keep on reducing in as far as budget is concerned. And last year you mentioned how the rest of the money will be going into the work of Parliament. Can you take us into your confidence about where the money will be going in as far as the reduction of the budget for this year's State of the Nation?
Well, the Secretary of the National Council of Provinces, Advocate Pindela, and the Secretary of the NA, the National Assembly, Advocate Kaso, will be able to respond to the detail. But if you have to look at the budget of Parliament, if 2-3 years ago, the budget was stood at about 6-point-something million, and the latest figure, as reported by the acting secretary to Parliament, Baby Chawa, at a minimum, it will be around 1.9. At the worst scenario is that it can be about, say, 4 million or so. But they can explain the details.
Yeah, I think also just before they come, to bear in mind that we are holding this State of the Nation address under extraordinary circumstances, under the conditions of emergency, of a crisis that was caused by fire. The chairperson is correct to say that before the fire, about 1.9 million was budgeted, with understanding that the State of the Nation address will be held at the regular venue of Parliament. But since the fire, things, there had to be some adjustments, because now the State of the Nation address is being conducted elsewhere here at the City Hall, which actually does not have the things that we would ordinarily have in Parliament. Because at Parliament we never have to worry about the conferencing systems, we never have to worry about the translation services, technology, we never have to worry about the hybrid capability, we never have to worry about the video as well as the audio services. Now it's just some of those things that we never have to pay for or to worry about. But because we are here in a venue that has got none of those facilities, they had to be paid. And therefore that may alter or change the 1.9 figure that the chairperson has spoken about. But I will give it to the... Are you covered? Okay. Another question?
Sinay from Daily Magic. Is there also some about, but are there small things that you still need to sort out between tonight and tomorrow morning?
Well, except for the preparations in arranging and cleaning the rooms, I think 98% of the work has already been done. That's what I can say. I don't know if something arises, but for now we are very confident as we have been taken through all the rooms, the holding rooms and everything, all is set to go.
Honorable Ndombela?
Yeah, we wanted to emphasize also that tomorrow's sitting is a hybrid sitting. Not all members of Parliament will be available, others will be connecting from home, so it's a hybrid. Just wanted to emphasize that.
Thank you.
Last question? I think we are all sorted.
Yes.
Thank you very much, really, for your patience and for your understanding. I think this is where we'll end it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, presiding officers.
Thank you.